Hi, guys. Welcome to a new session of the YouTube series, The Underrated Heartache, a series where we talk only and only about our feelings. This is Joyeta Moietree, and today we have with us a team who reminds me of my hashtag height goals never achieved. Dear audience, let's welcome our 5 feet 8 inches artist, dancer, and a great basketball player, Ruzaina Haque Adrita. Adrita, welcome to my show, The Underrated Heartache. How are you feeling about being my hashtag height goals never achieved?
Well, I feel very honored, to be a part of your channel. It's very honoring.
Yeah, honoring height goals never achieved. All right, for the audience, Adrita is a student of grade 8 of Baridhara Scholars International School and College. So today's underrated heartache, the topic of today's underrated heartache is about our feelings on feelings. So basically, it's about we are feeling something because of feeling a different thing. Wait, does that even make sense? Anyways, moving on to Adrita. Adrita, you mean to say that you had an underrated heartache because you felt something due to having another feeling.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
All right, then I don't know about the audience. I personally am very excited. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started with your story.
Okay, so it's a story when I stepped on 13th last March. So, perfect teenhood mood swings started driving me crazy. Also, that's when the lockdown started and everything kind of shut down. And that's when also I changed my school from DPS to this school. I really became distant from others, and like I usually am a person who loves to talk to people, and but it's like I want to talk to them, but then at the same time I want to stay quiet and don't want to talk to anyone. The thing with me is that when the thing with me is that whenever I'm down, I don't like sharing my feelings, even though I know I have people who I can share my feelings with, and like I have my mom, so that's also a really cool thing. And then, speaking of my mom, let's talk about my parents. So, audience, as you may not know, my parents are divorced. They both are remarried, which I'm pretty cool with. And by the way, I'm very cool. Like, I attended both of their parents and both of their weddings and everything. So yeah, it's also kind of like a flex of mine. And earlier 2020, my mom was posted to Dinajpur for her work, and she couldn't visit a lot. She would visit like once or twice a month. But before that, when she was here, I told her like literally everything about my crush and like the guys who asked me out and a lot more things, so like friendship and all the. Mainly, what happened when my mom came here to Dhaka to visit, but I love talking to her, and also it's also another flex of mine that she like gets me and everything. Not like some other. I know like a lot of parents or moms basically who really don't talk about these things with their kids, and and also like I would like it's cool with her everything. How she understands me. That's also the cool thing, and I feel like, and whenever she would go away, I felt like I had no one to talk to, and things would go back to like normal, and I would feel down, and it would be hard for me to study because mom's not there, and I would not focus properly, and I would fuzzle up. And things weren't great with my friends either, because I had a few toxic friends, I would say. Basically, when we got into the senior campus of my old school, and I had a group of friends who I was very close with since I joined. And as we were in the same grade but different sections, so I made other friends, and they didn't quite like the fact that I was making other friends. So, and then I was in and out of the group multiple times, but then finally I got kicked out of my group, and I made new friends who are now my best friends. And I also had another toxic friend. We'll always talk about her. So there was a lot of drama with her, like her using me for clout, and anything I did, but which it didn't involve her, she would get mad at me, even though I had nothing to do about it. And like, and there was some common stuff, you know. So that's really what happened about my toxic friends.
All right. I think, Adrita, I could really relate to this thing that about parents being divorced. So let me share with the audience. My parents is also divorced. And I think a lot of people have this misconception that kids who have their parents to be divorced, they live a very miserable life. But let me tell you, according to my feelings and experience, this is not always the case. I mean, we can have
Mm-hmm.
sadness or heartaches, but that may be because of a lot other reasons, not just because our parents are divorced. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and also about the flexing part, because your mom is cool and understanding. I think I really could relate to that as well. Love for auntie that for being such an
Yeah.
understanding mother for with you. And also, coming to your underrated heartache, I think a lot of audience may feel, especially with your story, that this is such a plain and simple story. I mean, it's a day-to-day life story, right? But I think my message to those audience will be that because we still think like that, there are still people around us thinking that these are plain and simple stories. I think that's why
Yeah.
many Adritas like her are not being able to talk about it openly, and that's why their stories
Yeah.
are remaining to be underrated heartache. Adrita, I
Mm-hmm.
personally could relate a lot with your story. I mean, I related to the whole time you were speaking, because starting from parents to this teenhood, mood swings, turbulent mind, then this toxic friendship. I could relate to the whole thing. So I think at this point, along with me, the audience is also very excited to listen to how you overcame. So yes, how did you overcome this struggling phase of time of your teenhood?
I would also like to I would also like to say that there were some times that I was so down that I literally thought of quitting the things I love doing. For example, basketball and dance and art. I felt that down that I literally decided to quit those. But then that's when my friends noticed that I was like unusually happy. Like I was like it was way more than usual, you know. So they were like they forced me to tell them like what happened. So I finally gave in and told them everything, and my mom as well. And I told my mom as well, and they kind of helped me get out of that phase. They were like, it's really it's up to you. You have to believe in yourself. Like you have us. So all those things they kind of made me get out of the position that I was. And I think Joyeta, what I realized from my story of underrated heartache is that no matter how much stressed I am, I should like no matter how turbulent my mind is, I should never give up on my passion because that's what makes me who really I am, and that's what gives me self love. So
Uh, Adrita, let me tell you the last few lines that you've said, that those few lines, they it took away my heart, literally, because the part you said about sticking to your passion, I think this realization that you have shared with the audience through Underrated Heartache, I think it's a very important realization that it is very important, especially in our teenhood, to stick to our passion. And also, I don't know about the audience, but today you have inspired me to stick to my passion no matter how much stress I'm going through. I'm like, yes, Joyita, no matter how much stress you're going through, make
you can
sure
do
you
it.
stick to your passion. So yes, you have really, really inspired me through this. Um, all right, I think we are almost towards the end of today's teeny tiny underrated Hatek episode. So how was your experience coming here and sharing your
Well,
feelings?
well, it felt great because like usually I don't get to say this to a lot of people, and I feel like it. I hopefully it will inspire others so that like people who are going through this will be like, yeah, I have to like stick with things I like doing, and hopefully they don't give up on things they like doing as well. Because I feel like this will. I hope this inspires a lot of people because that's what I really want to do, and it also felt great sharing people about my story because now I got this off my chest, so I feel a little free, you know.
Yes, Adrita, I think also thanks to you for being on my show. And your story was pretty nice because although it sounded small compared to other sessions of the Underrated Heartache, but I think the whole thing you said, it was just so relatable. It felt like I am seeing the mirror version of myself, saying all the difficult times I'm going through. But yet I'm feeling that, yes, I think this is the true definition of the underrated heartache, because these small little things, they are troubling us so much in our everyday life, day-to-day life, and stressing us. And I think a lot of people go through this problem. I personally have gone through this problem that when a lot of stress is coming to us, we are trying to give up our passion. I personally have done that, felt that a lot of times. But now, hey, this 13-year girl inspired me that don't give up your passion. Thanks to the audience for watching for us, and thanks to Adrita for being on my show. And if any one of you are interested to come up and share your story in the Underrated Heartache, make sure you send your story in unlockingthesilence@gmail.com. I have made a separate video. Go check it out from my channel. And come on, show some love on Adrita's story in the comment section below. And yes, thank you for watching today. Thank you so much.